Hello there. Welcome to the moment of grace. Today, I've come to announce that God will empower your idea. Now, let's look at Genesis and chapter 41 and from verse 34. Let Pharaoh do this and let him appoint officers over the land and take up the fifth part of the land of Egypt in 7 plenteous years, and let them gather all the food of those good years that come, and lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities, and that food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land perish not through famine. And the thing was good in the eye of Pharaoh and in the eye of all his servants. And Pharaoh said unto his servant, Can we find such a one as this, a man in whom the Spirit of God is? And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, For as much as God has shown you all these things, there shall none discreet as wise as you are. You shall be over my own house, and according to your word shall my people shall be ruled. Only in throne will I be greater than you. I want us to understand very clearly today, my friend, that God can do everything, but God will not do everything. When it comes to ability, God is infinite, but when it comes to what God does, He places boundaries on what He does. There's never been a time in mankind history when God did everything. There's never been a time. Even when God fights war, people take initiative of spoil. So I want us to understand that idea to get things done the right way and the productive way, suffering less damages, least casualty, is one of the pointer to the fact that the light of God has come in your inside. Joseph wasn't praying openly, he wasn't speaking in tongue openly, but productive idea, least casualty. The man said, this couldn't have been revealed to you but by the Spirit of God. I want us to understand that ideas, therefore, they are like advantage dots that come up in your inside. They are useless until a plan emerges from the dots. It's your responsibility to know what is the first dot. Joseph knew the first dot in Egypt. The first dot was that they are in the year of plenty, which means there are corn now. What is the next dot? The next dot was they have 7 years of such plenty. What is the next dot? Let's gather as much wheat, as much corn those years. What's the next dot? Let them be under the hand of Pharaoh. That's they're not just storing them somewhere. Let them be guarded. Then what's the next dot? When the time of famine comes, let the release be regulated. Idea is useless until the dots are connected, and the connection of the dot is what we call plan. So Joseph was able to connect the dots of whatsoever was available at that material time. A workable plan was birthed. Ability to connect the dot of idea into a workable plan is empowerment. That was what they saw in Joseph. It wasn't Joseph that saw the dream. Maybe one way or the other they could have been able to interpret the dream at the end of the day. But the man didn't say, in as much as you interpret the dream. No, he said, in as much as God has revealed this plan, the plan of how to tackle the evil in the dream. Nothing is absolute. Nothing except God is absolute. With the right idea, with the right dot connected, with the right plan, anything could be changed. Remember that the dream of Pharaoh didn't end well in the dream. In the dream, the good was eaten up by the bad. But when idea came, idea reversed the order. When the dots were well connected, the plan was able to reverse the order. Our life is not in so much chaos, but for lack of idea and ability to connect the dot into a workable plan. And that is what is called empowerment. God empowered Joseph. He was able to connect the dot. He was able to come up with a workable plan, and everything went well with him in the land of Egypt. Joseph got help. May you also find help this season of your life. May God grant you capacity, ability, empowerment, not just to have idea, but to be able to connect all the advantage dots and come up with a plan that is workable. May ability to work it out be granted you. May you not be lost in mere thought. May you not be lost in mere fantasy. May you not be lost in mere daydreaming. In the precious name of Jesus, may the talking of mouth not lead to poverty for you. May something tangible, workable emerge in your inside. May ability arise for you today to do and to have results in Jesus' precious name. I also pray for healing in your body. Be healed and be made whole in Jesus' precious name.